allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll ask for a moment of silence. If you have your cell phones, we'd ask that you silence those at this time, please. Thank you. Is there board member statements? Yes, ma'am.
So this past month, I was able to attend the Thanksgiving dinner and turkey trot at Freeman Fine Arts Academy, and that was great. It was just amazing to see so many families there enjoying a meal with their children. Thank you to our food services department for putting on a great event, and the staff of Freeman Fine Arts Academy for the turkey trot. And then I was also able to attend Littleton Prep's career night, where my daughter ran around learning about how to have a future career in marketing and lab technicians. But I think the best part of it was they had these care bags for people who are unsheltered. And she got to take 3 of them, and then the next day we were driving around and she handed out the bags to unsheltered people, and now she's draining her piggy bank and my bank account to go to the dollar store to buy bags for unsheltered, and she's going up to people asking them if they're unsheltered. So we're working in stranger danger as well. So thank you to all of the staff at Littleton Prep for putting on an amazing event, and the parents and community that came and talk to our students, and then for that amazing idea for care bags for unsheltered. I think it's a great service to our community.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? All right, so we're going to go on to Dr. Cole, who's going to give the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, Ms. Reyes, board members, staff, and community stakeholders. For December 10th, superintendent's report, I'm aligning our updates to the family and community engagement principle. We are going to be focusing on the Red Ribbon Week, Veterans Day events, Thanksgiving celebrations, the community partnership activities, and the NEA American Education Week. And then we'll finish with a couple of upcoming events just so that you're aware of those events. On slide 3, thank you. All schools participating in the Red Ribbon Week to acknowledge the importance of being drug and alcohol free. And then students participated in a school-wide proclamation pledging to be drug-free. Country Place had students wear theme shirts each day, create slogans, and then created bookmarks based on their 4th grade teachers' event. And we just want to say, way to demonstrate shared leadership skills, just that a 4th grade teacher facilitated that. In keeping to our theme of community partnerships, Lakin had the police officers visit the school and speak to 3rd to 6th grades. So that was really nice. And just talking with students about the dangers of drugs. And then we also have a picture here on the PowerPoint of the fine arts students and staff. So that picture is actually people. It's not an art project. So they're standing outside and from that vision. And then slide 4, we have a Veterans Day event. And this, we had the focus on community citizenship for our students and staff, where they recognized all servicemen and women in the community. Colors Business Academy had pancakes with patriots to honor Veterans Day, and the staff prepared delicious breakfast. They had pancakes, fresh fruit, coffee, juice, water, demonstrating gratitude and appreciation. And then all their sacrifices for the veterans. And then each school hosted various activities about the holiday. Estrella Vista and other schools had students write letters of thanks and appreciation to our veterans. And then Lakin had a volunteer to talk to students about their military experience. We also had a teacher whose husband came into the 2nd graders with his uniform, so the kids were really in awe to see the uniform, so that was nice for the students. And then turkey trot, just being new here in the community, I kept hearing about, what is a turkey trot? What is that? So I had to go see for myself. These are some of the pictures that were there. So that is art picture actually from Fine Arts. And then we actually went to look at the turkey trot, and they do a relay. So this is slide 5, and then slide 6, we just kind of put snapshot. They first start off in line with actually someone who is dressed up as a turkey, and then they go around and coordinate. So the PE does this during their PE time, and some were doing that during recess. They would go around, and in each lap, they were able to put their name into a drawing, and then they were able to draw for gift cards. So it was really nice. Some schools did it that way, and then others actually gave out turkeys and pies and different things for the family. And then what was really nice is that students actually coordinated this themselves. So it was student-led. So they did the drawings and the names. So that was some of the students there. So we're really thankful for the PE teachers and all those who have coordinated that. With that said, Country Place included their service learning with National Junior Honor Society, and they collected 530 items for the St. Mary's Food Bank. So we're really excited about that. And then, as was mentioned for the Thanksgiving, one school had 7,000 families come out for Thanksgiving. Another school had 5,000. So we really had a large turnout for those community events. So that was really nice. And then at Quinton, they had 8th graders and high school students volunteer with the little ones to help up with the tables and just making sure that the event went very smoothly. In slide 7, we had Freeman's Fine Arts had a kindergarten event. This was really exciting because each class, when I first went there, I thought it was just one class who had a lot of parents. And I was like, wow, this was every single class. So these are different classrooms. And then in that event, they also modeled the so if you have so many kindergarten in one class with all the parents, I was wondering, how is that going to go? But the teachers were amazing. They did brain breaks. So the students were kind of dancing in the front. That's what the picture is on the left. And before going in, they had all the students go into the families go into the library. And one of the comments was, it's really nice when we have something to do. So the parents really appreciated that, and the students were able to give presentations as 5-year-olds about where their families came from, and then parents came in with food from that same country. So it was really nice to see that. Slide 8, we have Freeman Fine Arts Academy invited the community members and the staff, and they had a whole presentation. This is where 6th graders had the highest attendance, but it was really thoughtful, a lot of celebration even for the classified and certified staff. They got really excited about that. And then slide 9, this was mentioned as well. This is an example of the career night. Those are actually the bags that we were just speaking about for families. And then this was really interesting. They had people from nurses, social workers, firefighters, medical service fields, and when all the families donated items for students to give out to members that are without a home, and that included socks, water, snacks, many other items. So it was really nice to see that. On NEA American Week, there was a lot of participation in showcasing their events. There were families coming in for classrooms, participated in lessons, science experiments, problem solving, math activities. You can see there was a lot of activity this prior month. And then the last, for some of the events coming up, we just wanted to share, there is holidays around the world. So this includes all different religions, but that's where that came from. You can see various dates, so that way people can go to more events than one. So that'll be really exciting. Thank you so much.
All right, so before we move to the next item, I just wanted to say a few words. So this is my last time I will be sitting in this seat. I made the decision many months ago not to run again. I have served 28 years here and have a long history here at Littleton. My husband went to Underdown, so you can imagine how many years ago that was. My sons went to Littleton because at the time we didn't have all these other schools built. And my grandchildren now attend. I have countless nieces and nephews that also attend this school. So our history here runs very deep. And I will still be watching and paying attention And don't discount that I'm afraid to come to the podium if I feel it's necessary, because I am not that person. I thought about, how do I sum up 28 years, right? I think I'm probably not the oldest board member in the state, but I'm ranking right up there as one of the oldest board members, not by age, but by definition of time, that have survived 28 years. And I really thought about it, and honestly, I couldn't come up with one word. There was times it was absolutely amazing, and there is times that I would have given anything just to say I'm done. It is not an easy job. Sitting out there looking in is much easier than sitting here looking out. Tough decisions have to be made, that they're not always popular, but I've always held it that it's always about students. And when I walk away, that's the only thing I ever think about. I didn't do it to get popular. I didn't ever do it thinking I'd run again. I didn't do it for anything other than what's in the best interest of students, and I will continue to carry that forth, as I have been fortunate to be going to work on something in the governor's office for public education. So I am looking forward to that journey as well. And hopefully we'll have a much larger platform to speak about things that I care deeply about. I want to thank the community, even though you're not all here. The years that I had to run on a ticket, over 28 years, I've always been the community has always come through for me, so that speaks volumes of it's all by itself. So I thank the community for always supporting me when I needed their votes and allowing me to continue to serve. I want to thank the administrators. Some are, obviously, most are not here anymore. They've moved on to different sidewalks. They were always a pleasure to work with, some easier than others. I want to thank the administration team. I've seen people come and go, and again, those jobs are very tough as well. Students, I've had the opportunity to know many students and really still get a Christmas card or two from a son that I got to know very well here, of a family who graduated from high school, sent me a thank you letter, and moved on to college, and still to this day sends me one Christmas card every year. Nothing more powerful than that. So you know at least you made one difference in a person. And above all, I want to thank the current board and the past boards that I've served with. It takes a commitment. If you think we get paid, we do not. If you think we draw a pension, we do not. If you think we get anything, we do not. Every penny we spend, we think about it, that it takes away from this district. So even cell phone allowance, we don't get anything. We do it for children. So I think the challenge will be politics has entered into the elementary education, and for that I'm very sad. It is one of the reasons I chose not to run again. I don't do well with being quiet when I think something is really not in the right platform, and politics is definitely here more than I've ever seen it in my 28 years. So hopefully we can keep that at bay and stay focused on children. So with that, I appreciate all of you and thank you, and wish you good luck on your journeys. Thank you. Sit down, sit down. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So with that, we're going to move on to board member recognition.
So for the recognition, as Governing Board President Kathy Reyes has stated, she has dedicated 28 years of service to Littleton Elementary School District since 1996. Throughout her tenure, she has exemplified integrity, unwavering commitment to do what is right for kids. Her leadership has consistently prioritized student achievement, fairness, and ensuring that our students receive the services they deserve. We are profoundly grateful for her remarkable contributions and steadfast dedication to—
Oh, how quickly time flies. When you first ran for the board, I wonder if you imagined serving as long as you have. Your commitment and dedication over the years have been truly admirable, and I've always appreciated your willingness to stick with it for so long. Whatever you choose to do next, I have no doubt you'll approach it with the same passion and determination that you brought to your service on the board. Now that you're moving on to your next chapter, I hope it affords you more time to be one of my new favorite roles, Grandma. Enjoy whatever you go after next and keep making a difference.
Congratulations, President Reyes, on your retirement. I hope you have fun. Thank you for helping the Littleton District with—
That's my granddaughters, just so you know.
For you being there with them. Now you can come to my Tuesday night games, you know? Thank you for your service, Nana, Kathy. We hope you had a good time with your little district.
And then she has specifically asked for nothing. She said, don't make a big deal of this, no plaques, but the schools did provide a little small gift. If we can have you up here.
Oh, I'm being told what to do. This is supposed to be quiet, and I'm go out the door. Can't see her.
These are actually T-shirts especially made for the schools.
Thank you. Thank you. They usually get a plaque, and they said, what, I said, I don't want a plaque, because what am I gonna do with it, right? I said, but if you want, you can give me a T-shirt from every school that I serve, which will mean much more to me than a plaque. So I will take these and I will mark it Littleton as I wear these, and people want to know where it is. So thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you, Amy. You made that happen, so I appreciate it.
Yes.
Basket of shirts.
This evening, we also have a Miss Sarah Contreras was not able to make it this evening, but she also began her service at Littleton stakeholders in 2021. She has enriched our community with her unique perspective as both a parent with children at Littleton Elementary Schools and as a teacher and a coach from a neighboring school district. Her dual roles have provided invaluable insights, fostering a deep understanding and connection with our educational environment. We're grateful for her contributions and the positive impact that she has made, and we wish her well as well. Thank you.
So with that, we're moving on to Ms. Garrison to have a program showcase.
Madam President, Governing Board, tonight I welcome Dr. Durazo to the podium for the showcase. She is the principal of Littleton Prep Academy and is here to share some details about their dual language program. She has brought with her her student ambassadors, student council, and DLI students to do the presentation. She'll also be recognizing her volunteer and her kid at home, Dr. Durazo.
Buenas noches, presidente de la Junta Directiva Reyes, miembros de la Junta Directiva, Dr. Cole y comunidad de Littleton. Mi nombre es Mia Álvarez y soy miembro de los embajadores estudiantiles de Littleton Prep Academy. Nuestros embajadores estudiantiles y consejo estudiantil estarán presentando una exhibición con ustedes esta noche.
Mi nombre es Sawyer Kilpatrick.
Mi nombre es Camila Ortega.
Mi nombre es MC Dodson.
Mi nombre es Mia Álvarez.
Mi nombre es Jillian Chase.
Mi nombre es Adriana Estrada.
Mi nombre es Abigail Santa Cruz.
Mi nombre es Abigail Durazo.
Mi nombre es Charlotte Reyes.
Mi nombre es Xavier Pantoja.
Esta noche presentaremos esta exhibición con ustedes.
Good evening, Governing Board President Reyes, Governing Board members, Dr. Cole, and Littleton community. My name is Evelyn Reyes, and I am a member of the LPA Student Ambassadors. Our Student Ambassadors, Student Council, and DLI students will be presenting our showcase this evening. Introduce yourself.
My name is Sawyer Kilpatrick.
My name is Camila Ortega.
My name is MC Dodson.
My name is Mia Alvarez.
My name is Jillian Chase.
My name is Adriana Estrada.
My name is Abigail Santa Cruz.
My name is Abigail Durazo. My name is Charlotte Reyes.
My name is Xavier Pantoja.
We will be presenting the showcase with you this evening.
El año pasado nos centramos en ser un colegio candidato al IBE, pero este año nos centramos en el programa de inmersión bilingüe o DLI. El lenguaje dual es la enseñanza en 2 idiomas. Kinder a tercero, lectura en inglés y estudios sociales en inglés y matemáticas y ciencias en español. Nuestro 6º grado está aprendiendo español de una clase en línea llamada MEG. Nos enfocamos en desarrollar la alfabetización bilingüe. Queremos que nuestros leones no solo hablen español, sino que también lean y escriben en español.
Last year we were focused on being an IB candidate school for our showcase, but this year we are focused on dual language, immersion or DLI. Dual language is teaching in 2 languages, K3 reading in English and social studies in English, and math and science in Spanish. Our 6th grade is learning Spanish from an online class called MEG. We focus on building biliteracy. We want our leones not only to speak Spanish, but also read and write in Spanish.
En LPA utilizamos un modelo de montaña rusa, que significa que los estudiantes comienzan en una clase por la mañana. Luego cambia a la siguiente clase por la tarde. Al día siguiente, los estudiantes comienzan en la clase en la que estaban el día anterior. Por lo tanto, esto proporciona continuidad en la instrucción y que los estudiantes reciban instrucción diaria en español.
At LPA, we use a roller coaster model. That means students start in one class in the morning and switch to their next class in the afternoon. The next day, students start in the class they were in the day before, so this provides continuity on instruction and assures students receive daily Spanish instruction.
El lenguaje dúo puede ser un beneficio. Un beneficio puede ser las nuevas oportunidades de aprender. Otro beneficio es que tu vocabulario se expanda. Un beneficio importante que puede ayudar con su Otro beneficio es que tu vocabulario se expanda. Un beneficio importante que puede ayudar con su inteligencia es hablar 2 o más idiomas y generar.
One benefit can be dual language could be a benefit. One benefit can be new learning opportunities. Another benefit is your vocabulary expands. A major benefit that can help with your intelligence is speaking 2 or more languages in general. A later benefit is new career opportunities.
El futuro del lenguaje dual en el LPA. El año pasado fuimos de DLI en los grados kinder a segundo. Ese año somos kinder a tercero. El año que viene seremos kinder a cuarto y el año siguiente kinder a 5º grado. También expanderemos a nuestra introducción de idiomas MEG a los grados de 6º a 8º.
Future of dual language at LPA. Last year we were DLI in grade K through 2nd. This year we will be K through 3rd. Next year we'll be K through 4th, and the year after that K through 5th. We will also expand our MEG languages instructions to 6th to 8th.
Tenemos una sesión con la Embajada de España y encontramos a 3 profesores de España, Ms. Salvador, Mr. Martínez y Mr. Fuster. No solo enseña en español, sino también sobre la cultura de tradiciones. Y la aduana en España, señora Salvador, señor Martínez y señor Fuster. Son todos de España. Continuaremos con la Embajada de España a medida que expandamos nuestros programas.
Este año nosotros implantamos MEG lenguaje en 6th grado.
We have a partnership with the Spanish Embassy and hired 3 teachers from Spain that not only teach Spanish but also about the culture, traditions, and customs in Spain. Ms. Salvador, Mr. Martinez, and Mr. Fuster are all from Spain. We will continue to partner with the Spanish Embassy as we expand our program.
Este año nosotros implantamos MEG lenguaje en 6 grados. MEG enseña 2 lenguajes, español e inglés. Este puede ayudar a niños a aprender lenguajes nuevos para el futuro. Nuestro profesor de MEG, señor Olivero, viene de Venezuela. El señor Olivero no solo nos enseña español, sino también sobre su vida cotidiana, costumbres y tradiciones en su país. Tenemos una junta cada martes, después toda la semana practicamos español.
This year we have implemented MEG languages in 6th grade. MEG teachers teach 2 languages, which is Spanish and English. This can help kids learn new languages for their future jobs. Our MEG teacher, Mr. Olivero, is from Venezuela. Mr. Olivero not only teaches us Spanish, but also his daily life customs and traditions in his country.
Echamos un vistazo a nuestro DLI en acción.
Let's take a look at our DLI in action.
¿Está bien? Sí. Bien hecho. Ok, entonces ¿tienes tu nombre? Pon la fecha de hoy.
In our DLI classrooms, our teachers teach math and science in Spanish. So in Mr. Fuster's class, students are learning about vertebrate animals, all in Spanish. So they were doing an activity where they discussed animals that have vertebrae, and now they were doing an activity to identify and classify animals with vertebrae.
Soy un niño colegiala. Soy talentoso, inteligente y hablar y cantar. Tengo sueños para el futuro. Escalaré para alcanzar esas metas y mis sueños todos los días tienen ilusiones. ¡Vamos, leones!
Para terminar, a nuestros leones les encanta aprender español. Estamos emocionados de ver su crecimiento con el idioma español, desarrollar su lengua.
In closing, our Leonas love learning Spanish. We are excited to watch their growth with the Spanish language and build their biliteracy.
Con esto yo concluyo nuestro presentazo de exhibición. Estaremos contentos de repasar a cualquier pregunta que puede tener.
This concludes our showcase presentation. We are happy to answer any questions you may have.
Is there questions?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. This is probably my favorite part of the meetings, is seeing the presentations. And the way that you all support each other is amazing. I think that that's probably even more integral part of learning another language, is that those who have more skills are able to pull back and help the students who are learning. So I just think that I'm so proud of our community, and I'm so proud, we're all so proud of you all, and you all are amazing. You did a great job.
Yeah, I just want to echo. Oh, there we go. Round of applause. I want to echo what Rachel just said. It was really beautiful to see you all, and thank you so much for coming up here and presenting it to us. My brother and little sister go to Lincoln, so it's great to see them come home every day and learn more Spanish than I know. So I'm learning more from them, but I love this program, so thank you all.
Anything, Amy?
You guys did amazing.
Again, thank you. Dual languages will take you very far in your career. You may not think so now, but it will mean a lot when you're older. You'll be paid more many times. Many companies will pay you more for knowing or being a bilingual in a certain language. So congratulations. It took a lot of courage to come up, and you did a great job. So give yourself a hand. So thank you very much. Thank you. And yeah, you can return back to your seats.
We would now like to introduce our Kid at Hope for Lincoln, Abigail Duraza.
Oh, Abigail, you are here because our guiding coalition here at Lincoln, who's me, Mr. Wasbatten, Miss Randall, Miss Barnes, and Miss Montano, we got together and decided who we wanted to be our Kids at Hope of the Month to represent Lincoln at our board meeting. And guess who it is? You. Why do you think we picked you as our Kid at Hope of the Month?
Because I've been good at school.
How are you with your friends?
Good.
What do you do for them?
I play with them and talk with them.
And in the classroom, what do you do for them?
I help our teacher organize anything, and I also help my friends if they need help.
I am a Kid at Hope. I am
Talented, smart, and capable of success.
And I think that you are all three of those things. Do you think you are all three of those things? I know you do, because you know what? I see it with how you act here at school, how you try your very best to learn always as much as you can, and then you help others learn. And you're so kind, you're a good friend, and you always want the best. So that is why you are our Kid at Hope of the Month. We're gonna go over here.
Does the parents want to come up and take pictures? Yeah. Come on up and take pictures, of course.
We are honored to present our Volunteer of the Month for Lincoln, Miss Alexandra Rapeza.
Buenos tardes. I'm Nicole Durazo, proud principal of Lakin Prep Academy, and it is my honor to introduce our Volunteer of the Year for Lakin Prep, Miss Alexandra Oropesa. Miss Oropesa is our PTA president, and she has quite the undertaking with starting a brand new PTA. Many challenges that she has faced head on. She has built an amazing PTA team of officers as well as membership. We started with over 30, and she has a goal to reach 50 by the end of the year, and I know she will achieve that goal. She has worked with several community partners to bring them into Lakin and is now a proud member of the Chamber of Commerce as our Lakin PTA. Congratulations, Ms. Oropesa, and thank you for everything you do, not only for our students, our staff, but our community. We appreciate you.
Congratulations. We're going to move on to call to the public. Is there any call to the public? Hearing no call to the public, we'll move to the consent agenda. We'll ask for approval on the items of consent agenda unless any board member wishes to have them pulled. Any items wish to be pulled? Hearing none, I'll take a motion on item 9.
I motion to approve the consent agenda as is.
A second.
Thank you. I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none opposed, motion will pass. Thank you. Oh, which number is it? Just one second. I think there was a request to remove one item on the consent.
Yes.
It is E regarding academics. Dr. Haid, I assume that'll be presented later or with more information?
Yes.
Okay, so at this time, I'm going to re-ask for the motion removing item
C1.
C1.
I motion to remove item C1.
I'm sorry, 10C1.
10C1.
Thank you.
E1.
Thank you. Oh, wait, is it C, D, or E?
You said it was C.
C is in cat.
Okay.
10C.
10C.
10C1. Okay.
Thank you. So I have a motion to remove that. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion will pass with that exception. Moving on, thank you. Moving on to number 11.
Okay, so number 11 is
Reclassification of student achievement. Mr. French.
Madam President, I believe item 10 was policy reading, and so you had removed 10C1, but I think we still need to go over the rest of item 10.
Okay, thank you for the clarity. At this time, though, I'm going to take a few minutes break, let the parents know that if they want to go, I know they have dinner to get and homework, so please feel free. This is a good time if you need to take care of those items.
yes. That's correct.
We're doing first readings. I'll go back to 10. It's okay.
Yep.
It's separate. No, I'm totally confused myself.
No, we were still on consent agenda.
Not sure what we're doing. All right, so we're going to go back and we've passed the consent agenda. That's been approved. We are now moving on to item 10, which is the first reading of recommended policy with the request to remove 10C1.
That's correct.
We have obtained that, and we now know we are removing 10C1. So with that, we will go back and ask for policy reading of the other items.
Thank you. So the first one is policy BAA. This is a first read. It is evaluation of school board and self-evaluation. So the only change is that before it was written that it would be annual, no later than October 30th. That is crossed out, saying that it would be up to the board should they choose to do so for the board self-evaluation. So it is not required annually.
And this is a recommendation from ASBA?
That's correct.
Okay.
And this is a discussion item only, so if there's any thing that you want to bring forth, now's a good time for discussion. If not, we will move on to B.
Yeah. I think we should come back to as a discussion, but I think we should come back in January to review how we want an evaluation process for the new board when the new board takes in. I think that should be a conversation we should have.
I think that will be noted. Thank you. Moving on to first reading of recommended B, 10B.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the governing board. The first policy that we're reviewing this evening is policy DJE. It also has an accompanying regulation. This policy and regulation address the procurement requirements the district must follow to purchase goods and services. If you look at the additional text there in the first paragraph, it added language from Code of Federal Regulations Title II, which deals with vendors that have been suspended or debarred. This policy would require the district to check all vendors. We currently have to check all federal vendors, but this would be vendors as well where district spends local funds. The district already follows this practice, and it would not require any district changes from the district. This is an ASBA recommendation, first read, and the regulation wouldn't come back to the board in January, but the policy change would come back and consent on second read. Any questions?
No. No questions. So is this moving to 10B1?
10B2, Madam President.
10B2, thank you.
Policy GCFC, as well as the exhibit, address the professional staff certification and credentialing. It outlines, it has a focus on fingerprinting requirements for new hires. This update provides additional certification the employee must do through a notarized district document prior to being hired by the district. Prospective employee must now also certify that they have not been convicted or admitted in open court or pursuant to a plea agreement committing any of the following criminal offenses in Arizona or a similar offense in any other jurisdiction, including a charge or conviction that has been vacated, set aside, or expunged. The four that they had added, Jim, if you scroll down, are down at the bottom, Y through AB, which includes sexual abuse, sexual assault, an act committed in another state or territory that, if committed in this state, would have been subject to disclosure under item Q. If you scroll up, Jim, item Q is a dangerous crime against children. Any crime that requires a person to register as a sex offender, and an offense prescribed under ASR 13-1001 of any offense that is subject to disclosure under dangerous crime against a child or sexual conduct with a minor. These changes are recommended by ASBA. And again, this is first read. The policy will come back in second read in January, but the exhibit will not.
Questions or concerns? Hearing none, moving on.
Madam President, policy GDFA is a mirror change to certified staff, but this addresses support staff. So no, these are the same exact changes for both sets of employee base. So any questions?
Hearing none, we'll turn it over to Dr. Haid for C.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. The first policy we have is IMG, which is Animals in Schools. This change is recommended by ASBA and clarifies language on the Americans with Disability Act that was brought forth. The regulation, IMG, also is in this item, Animals in Schools. This provides us some additional opportunities to clarify that if there is a concern with animals that we have use in an accommodation situation, that the rooms will be kept clean. We need authorization to transport them. All of these are recommended from ASBA, and we would bring the policy back next time, but not the regulation unless there are a question.
Is there questions? Hearing none, we'll move on to policy IGA. So moving on to policy IMG and regulation IMGR. Is that the same? Animals in school?
That's what she just did.
Okay. Well, I'm very confused by all of these. So this is yours, Ms. Garrison?
Yes, thank you, Madam President, Governing Board. The changes to Regulation JLCDR can be found on the last 2 pages, Jim. The additions to this regulation clarify the implementation for timelines for schools to comply with seizure management training. Changes include who must be trained and by when, and that we must post the information regarding approved trainings on the website. These changes are submitted as recommended by ASBA, and this is a regulation, so we don't need a second reading for an approval. Any questions?
Hearing none, we'll move on to item 11. This is an action item.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the Governing Board. This evening, we're bringing forward a reclassification of a student achievement coach at Littleton Preparatory Academy to the primary years program coordinator. The reason we're doing this is because Littleton Prep is in the process of, or in candidacy, I guess I should say, for the International Baccalaureate program. And in that program, it stipulates this position specifically. This position would be responsible for planning and overseeing the implementation and management of the IB program. This role involves coordinating with teachers, administrators, and the IB regional office to ensure the full delivery of the curriculum, including documentation, reporting, analysis, and evaluation. Currently, all schools have a SAC, we call them, Student Achievement Coach, that serves in a similar capacity. This would not result in any additional FTE at the school, but would be reclassifying the current SAC position allocation to the school. This position is currently unfilled, and approval tonight would allow the school to post and hire the position for next school year. Happy to answer any questions the board has.
Questions, comments? Hearing none, then we'll ask for a motion.
I move the Governing Board approve the reclassification position of the Student Achievement Coach to Primary Years Program Coordinator for Littleton Prep Academy.
I'll second.
I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion will pass. Mr. French, moving on to item 12.
Thank you, Madam President. Item 12 is with regards to extending a cooperative purchasing agreement that the district currently uses for two-way radio communication. This item was originally procured by the Arizona State Procurement Office, and typically cooperative purchase agreements are valid for 5 years. The Arizona State Procurement Office extended this to 7 years, but we need board action to take advantage of the additional 2 years of the cooperative purchasing agreement. The district estimated spend is approximately $31,000 with this cooperative purchasing agreement for our two-way radios. So what we're doing tonight is asking the board's approval to extend this cooperative purchasing agreement from 5 years to 7. I'm happy to answer any questions the board has.
Questions? Okay. At this time, then I'll need a motion.
I move that the Governing Board approve the use of the Arizona State Procurement Office contract CRT 059964 with the Mobile Communications America for its entire 7-year term.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion 12 will pass. Thank you. Moving on to item 13. At this time, we're going to table and not ask for a recess into executive session for a future date. Is there any future agenda items?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what the first one I'm going to say could be like an information item, but I wanted to know information regarding PD development in our district office for our district office staff. Always, see our staff going out to amazing conferences. I just wanted to know, like, what was the annual amount that we spend on that? Could be an information item, doesn't need to be a board item. The second one was, I think that there should be this could be a board discussion item regarding a cap on contracts and big spending projects that come before the board. I think there should be a discussion regarding a cap limit on that. So I don't believe we have one.
So those are items that will be placed on a January for discussion and.
Or a future meeting. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, those are noted. Anything else? Hearing none, then I will ask for an adjournment.
I move that we adjourn at 6:53.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, we are